Hey, Balder, we defended your crystal. Cool, so we get a few options for assistance. We can get a magic item that lets us cast the aid spell, or we can get an item that gives us damage reduction, which is that cool cool mechanic I told you before. So we can get resistance from damage taken by 4 except from bludgeoning or piercing, or resist damage by 4 except for bludgeoning and slashing. I'll take the Spearbane, sure.
Hero, it is on the people's lips as you walk by. Cautious looks have become friendly nods. Then word comes that your presence is requested in the tavern.
Wonderful. So let's equip our new bracers. So if you hit C, you'll notice we now have damage reduction. So -4 damage from everything except with slash or bludgeoning. So basically -4 from piercing arrows and stuff. However, we are sort of ready to level up. We haven't hit level 2 yet, but even though this game has like a level system, they have individual levels. You may have noticed me getting these things, action points. These are the Pathfinder equivalent would be this is like prestige classes, or the WoW equivalent of this would be like this is your talent points. And the way you do that is you find Mr. Fighter Trainer over here, or whatever your class's trainer is, hit spend action points, and it'll open this really big complicated screen with a whole bunch of different options on here. Do not be intimidated by this. There's a lot here. I don't want, what's it called, but it can very easily make you overwhelmed. I do not want to get overwhelmed here. I want to focus. So what this is basically talent trees, or this is how you specialize your character by spending action points. You get 4 action points per level, and the last one will level you. Currently, we have 3 action points. We have our racial tree, which boosts our human stuff, and we have 3 trees based off our class. As a fighter, we have Kensai, which is all about basically specializing in a single type of weapon and being really good at offense. A Stalwart Defender, which is like our tank tree, basically. And Vanguard, which is about like fighting with sword and shield. We've already said we want to be like a cool two-handed fighter, so our first ability is going to be Actually, no, I'm not even going to go with Kensei. I'm going to say our first ability is going to be in Human. Because our first point we can spend is we get an ability called Human Versatility, which is we get a cool action boost. Action boosts are basically this game's version of cooldowns, which is you have an ability, it can do various things, and it gives you a whole bunch of various bonuses, but you can only use it so many times per rest. So we will take an action boost. What would we like to boost? Would we like to bonus to hit? So would we like bonus to +10 to armor class? That sounds pretty cool. Bonus to melee power, so that boosts our damage. Bonus our saving throws. Bonus to all of our skills. Bonus to spell power. Personally, I like the bonus to armor class. That's definitely going to help us in like a sticky situation. So I will take defense boost. And I will also grab, so I can get some other stuff here. Skill focus. My action boost will increase my action surge. Or improve recovery. This gives us healing amplification. So this basically means when we are subject to healing, our healing becomes better, or incoming healing becomes greater, which is great because we're mostly going to be using healing potions. So I'm going to hit accept. I have 1 left. Sure, I'll grab Kensai Focus. So this lets us pick a group of weapons we're going to be specializing in. We get +1 to hit with those types of weapons, and many of our Kensai skills require us to fit with that particular group of weapons. So what group of weapons do we want to specialize in? Archery, axes, crossbows, druid weapons, heavy blades, light blades, maces, martial arts, and monk weapons, picks and hammers. I mean, we've got a great axe right now, so I'm going to pick axes. So we will get +1 to hit with axes, and all of our Kensai abilities will be focused around us using axes. So I hit accept. Bang, bang, bang. We are now active. However, we did get an active action boost. So if you want to check what your enhancements are, press C, go to enhancements. here's our 3 enhancements we bought. So we have improved recovery, we have our axe specialization, and we have our defense boost. So I'm going to grab that over to our hotbar, which I've already mapped with a Q. So if I press Q, activates our defense boost. So this will activate for a few seconds, giving us a big bonus to armor class and physical resistance rating, which is basically like, it's another, it reduces damage, is what it does. You don't need to know exactly what all of these things do. It reduces damage taken. So we have our cool defensive ability. We are specialized in axes. And let us go into the tavern, which is where our last quest for, I believe, level 1 is. I don't know if we'll quite hit level 2 after this, but hopefully we will. So, hello there. Hello, Sigmund Barson. Great name for a bartender. I'm glad you're here, Raqua. I've heard of your efforts on behalf of the village. Thanks to you, opportunities have begun to manifest to turn this situation around. There is a traitor here in the village. Someone who has given himself to the cult willingly, mad as that is. We now know what his next move will be, and that is where you come in, Raqua. The fool is planning to attack the tavern and kill me. But when he arrives with his Sahuagin allies, he won't find me. He'll find you. I think I'm starting to see where this is going. Don't worry. My men will ambush most of the Sahuagin before they get near this place. But make sure you kill the traitor. Under no circumstances allow him to get away. His name is Jacoby Drexelhand. Are you ready? Hey, Jacoby Drexelhand. That's the name of the guy from the tavern, from the crypt. Interesting. However, before we get into this, there's one more mechanic I need to make you aware of. And it has definitely saved my life as a level 1 character before, which is hirelings. So this is an MMO, so this is generally a game you need to play with other people. And there are ways to find other people in this game. If you hit O and go over to groups, you'll see there are various people recruiting for different groups to join. We're not going to use any of that right now, because we are an antisocial nerd. We can instead use a system called hirelings. So if I talk to this guy, he will offer to sell me some hireling contracts. These are the way these things work is basically it's an item you can use. And when you use this item, you'll spawn a NPC that works exactly like a player and will do what you ask them to do. So let's say you need, if you're playing like a squishy mage and you really wish you had a tank, well, you could grab a fighter contract to go in front of you and hit people and tank for you. If you're a squishy fighter, or if you're a fighter like myself, and you're worried about dying, you can grab a cleric contract, who will heal you and do other various things. There's also various other classes you can get contracts for. Personally, I'm going to grab the cleric here, Miss Dryad Whisperwisp, or Dryad Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to buy her contract. Here we go. Open eye. I'm going to grab that contract, put it on our hotbar somewhere. Not going to actually, I'm just putting it there so it's easier to click on mostly. Walk back inside the tavern. And this quest, because it's probably going to be the last one of the video, I'm going to set this one on Elite. So this is me feeling ballsy. I have no guarantees I'll be able to solo this on Elite, but hopefully me and he and the hireling will be able to do it. Onward to glory! This may be a suicide mission. Hopefully it isn't. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click this cleric contract to summon my hireling.
Your waiting bears fruit. This must be the collaborator stepping in from the dark.
So I have a new hotbar here to control the hireling. I'm going to set her on aggressive. I'm going to turn on my power attack feat. And kick some ass. You again! The Sahuagin blame me for your heroics. I'm sick of your tampering. And I'm sick of yours, traitor. Prepare to die. You'll be too busy with the Sahuagin to fight me. Oh god, that's a lot of guys. Oh god, they have a lot of health. Let's do this. Swinging our axe with power attack. Let's go. Sunder. Alright. Alrighty. These guys have a lot of health. This is definitely more party focused, but you know what? I feel like being a badass right now. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite me. Swing, 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 swing. Swing, 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 swing. Holding down left click is power.
Your stalwart defense gives the Sahagin pause, but you hear more of them gathering outside for a final assault.
Oh, hey, I see a thing over there.
You notice a small chest hidden behind the bar.
Adds a lot of cool stuff. Oh, that reminds me, I have my potion. I should drink my potion. Where's potion? Potion of Shield of Faith. This gives us an AC bonus. Only lasts for a minute or so. Drink potion of protection from evil. Sounds cool. I'll take that as well. Hello, Sunder. Smith holding down left click is power. Oh god, our cleric is dying. She can heal herself though.
Storm. Now, after that traitorous Jacoby Drexelhand, he must have fled into the cell.
Come back here, you bitch.
Drexelhand isn't here.
Oh, okay, we get the hidden passage automatically.
The
Cool.
chamber beyond the secret passage looks
And there's another cool treasure chest. I will take that. Open here. A holy rapier of critical. Well, we don't really. Might be handy to have. We don't need it right now, though. We got our axe. Alrighty. Drink a healing potion. See, that green number is bigger because we took the healing amplification. So healing against it. So when people heal us, it's better. This applies to our own healing as well. Hey, spin! So these guys have a lot more health than we're used to, but we're just such a badass we can smack them in the face anyway. Hey! Bang, 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 bang. Get sundered. Get tripped, nerd. Get another treasure chest. A chainmail shirt of acid, or full plate's better. I could rest here, but resting will dispel this buff on me, which lasts another 3 minutes, and I want to keep that 3 minutes going. Drink healing potion. Hello, minion. Die, minion. Hell yeah, power attack feat with two-handed weapons is awesome. Hey, motherfucker. Smack. Smack. Get tripped. Get tripped. Get intimidated. Get off my cleric. Smack, 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 smack. Spin. Hey! Oh, one more die. Nice. He did it. And chest. Anything cool in the chest? Not really, but it's money. Hit finish, and bang, we just hit level 2. When you hit level 2, you might level slower or faster than I am. Obviously, since I'm doing quests on, like, Elite, that gives me a lot more experience points. But there ain't nothing wrong with just repeating quests. What's it called? I'm not repeating quests right now because I don't want this video to be boring. But you can technically repeat quests as many times as you want, really. For, like, the sake of experience points. There's absolutely... Where was I going with this? Anywho, we bid quest. Jacoby Drexelhand is dead. Thank you. We'll take our reward now, which will be Malin's Great Axe. So, rather than having a +1 fire damage, this one will give us +1 to hit and an extra d6 of monstrous humanoids, which is what the Sahuagin are. So we'll take that axe.
Your victories have made the village much safer, but only temporarily. It's time to take the fight to the Sahuagin, out in the wilds of Korthos Island.
I'm going to hit I, go over here to our new axe, equip our new axe. So this technically won't have the +1 fire damage against everything, but it'll deal extra damage to Sahuagin, and that's what we're going to be fighting a whole lot of. And before I grab the rest of these quests, I'm going to head over to the fighter trainer because we have this symbol over here, which means we are ready to hit the level 2s. So the way leveling up works is it works actually the same way it does in the tabletop game, which is you don't have to level up immediately. Like, I could still keep questing as a level 1 character and gaining experience points, like, up until the point where I'd be able to hit level 3, basically. You can basically bank at least a full level's worth of experience points. Though the reason you'd want to do that is mostly as like a high level thing. Generally, if you're a new player though, leveling as soon as possible is totally fine though. But I do not. If I want to go as a fighter, I could keep going as a fighter. But I absolutely do not need to. Like, if I want to be, say, like, hey, I want my character to also have, say, sorcerer powers, I could level up as a sorcerer. That probably wouldn't be a good thing because sorcerers are based off charisma, and we also suffer like spell failure and heavy armor. But I could do it if I wanted to. Or let's say I wanted to give myself like trap powers, or I wanted to be able to like disarm traps or whatever. I could like multi-class as like an artificer or a rogue, and I'd be able to disarm traps as a fighter. Though obviously, I would highly advise against multi-classing unless you know exactly what you're doing, because it is very easy to mess up your character if you multi-class like wizard, barbarian, favored soul, or something wacky like that. Generally, if you're new, I'd suggest sticking with a single class, which is what I'm probably going to be doing with this character. So hi there, please advance me to the next level as a fighter. So we have our skill points to spend. So just like when we were making our character, we have a certain amount of skill points we can spend. I'm going to spend them on the same skills, which is Intimidate, Jump, and Balance. Balance is not a class skill for us, so it basically costs 2 points per level. So we're still only at 3.5. Gonna hit next. This is going to allow us to pick a feat. So we are a fighter, so we get extra combat feats. So we're getting one feat called Second Wind, and we can grab another feat, Shield Mastery, Resilience, Exotic Weapon Proficiency, Cleave, Weapon Focus, Improve Shield Bash, Sap, Slashing Blow, Improve Sunder, I'll take that. So this is... So normally we can do Sunder, which is this ability, which reduces the target's armor class by 10% and fortification by 25. It makes people easier to hit. Improve Sunder does the same thing, but it's harder to resist. And regardless of saving throw, they'll take a penalty to fort saves. So that sounds cool. So I'll take Improve Sunder. My feet go next. So we are a level 2 fighter. We'll get 13 hit points. Base attack will go up. Our fort save will go up. Skill points will go up. We'll get Second Wind, which is our cool heal ability. And we'll have Improved Sunder. So bang! We are now a level 2 fighter. So I'm going to open up my feats tab here. So again, C, open character sheet, open feats. So we have a new feat here called Improve Sunder, and this will especially it's the same cooldown as our regular Sunder ability, so this effectively replaces old Sunder with Improve Sunder. And we also grabbed Second Wind. So I'm going to put this on my mouse button up here. So if I activate this ability, I heal 39 hit points. This can basically be used once per rest, and I get additional uses at higher levels. And it can even be used while you're, like, stunned or whatever. Very handy. It's basically your big oh crap button. However, this video has gone on long enough. We're just about to hit the 1 hour mark. So I'm going to run back inside the tavern to save my character and log out. And I'll see you guys at the outside of Korthos next time. 54, 55, just want to cut this exactly an hour. 58, 59,